All right, call the meeting to order. First off, I want to welcome Ian to the board. Thank you very much. And secondly, old business, review and approve minutes of February 24th and March 2nd, 2026.
Make a motion to review and approve the minutes of February 24th and March 2nd of 2026.
Motion, is there a second? Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor? All opposed? Review and approve, 2B is review and approve treasurer's warrant number 21 through number 25.
Make a motion to review and approve the treasurer's warrants 21 through 25.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion?
Yes, please. Warrants issued since the last meeting, warrant number 21 was a payroll warrant in the amount of $11,996.62. Warrant number 22 was an AP warrant for $2,876.75. Warrant number 23 was a payroll warrant for $10,048.69. Warrant 24 is a sewer AP warrant for $2,946.18. And warrant 25 is an AP warrant for $259,041.36. The last three are on the table for review and signatures tonight.
Any questions, discussion? Okay. We have a motion, we have a second. All in favor? All opposed?
Are you abstaining?
I don't have a place to sign, so I guess I will.
Okay, Kim did mention that because you weren't sworn in when she did the warrants, but if you wanted to sign on the bottom, you could feel free to do so, and she'll be sure to add you for the next meeting,
Okay.
in the next warrant.
Okay. So you will? Okay.
Number 3, new business. Elect a chairman and vice chair for the ensuing year.
Make a motion to elect Jim as chair.
I second it.
We have a motion, we have a second. Any further discussion?
And for vice, I
Wait.
Wait, let's do one at a time.
Okay.
Seeing none, all in favor?
Oh, sorry.
All opposed? That would be 2-1.
And you're abstaining?
Yep.
So 3, 1, 1,
Vice chair.
Nominate Brenda for vice chair. Again.
Shut up. I'll second it. We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor? All opposed? There's 4. 0-1. 3B, review and approve draft policy for solid waste fees and permits.
As we know, the solid waste ordinance amendment did pass at town meeting on Saturday. So now to move forward with the authorization to set the fees for the commercial haulers licenses, which will be coming up the 1st of April, we'll need to adopt the policy that goes along with the ordinance amendments.
Do we have a motion?
I'll move that.
Second?
I second it.
We have a motion, we have a second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor? All opposed? 5-0. 3C, discuss and establish safe zones within the town of Anson.
I did pull, for the board at the last meeting, a copy for your packet, the statute that basically allows the municipality to designate the areas that are frequented by minors as a safe zone pursuant to Title 17A. And I have drafted a policy to establish safe zones. The policy is worded as follows. The purpose of the policy, this policy is designed to enhance the safety of minors in public spaces frequented by them by creating a safer environment for children and adolescents by identifying and marking areas where they are likely to be present. These zones carry enhanced penalties for drug-related offenses within 2,000 feet. Authority under Title 38, Section 3253, the town of Anson can designate areas as a safe zone. Under Title 17, Section 1101, subsection 23, all such zones must be conspicuously marked with information signs. The town hereby designates the following locations as safe zones for the town of Anson. All schools, more specifically, through RSU 74, the Garrick State, the Carabec Community School, the Carabec High School, and the Superintendent's Office. All child care and daycare centers as approved and inspected by DHHS within 30 days of passing an inspection to operate a child care daycare facility. Owners of such daycares, child cares will need to place a safe zone sign on their property to ensure compliance. On municipal property, more specifically, the town office, because of its festivals and public event center, is designated as a safe zone. The Anson fire stations, so both fire stations, are also designated as a safe zone. The public works garage, being municipal property, is also designated. All churches, more specifically the Center Point Community Church, the First Congregational Church of North Anson, the Methodist Church of North Anson, and all libraries such as the Stewart Public Library. This policy shall become effective upon adoption and signing, and then a spot for signatures. I did do some research on signs that are available. I talked with Artie. He thought the 12 by 18 sign, which I had put in your packet, which just says attention, safe school zone, no crime, no drugs, no trespassing. This does specifically say school, so we'll have to do something for churches and the library. Artie was just saying through White Sign Company, they'll put whatever we want on that. So I think we'll just double check what we need for proper wording through the statute to make sure that we have everything that we need. The signs that are already made up are about $30 a piece. We would need a 10-foot post for each sign. And Artie did say that through White Sign that it's usually like $80 for a sign for the post each. The only concern is if we move forward with this and we put up proper signage, I don't think, I'm not sure what budget line we'll take that out of. The most logical budgets would be the administrative or the highway budgets, and I'm not sure that Artie would have the extra money in this budget, and I'm not sure that I do either. So that is an item of concern, is how to pay for such signs.
I have questions. I didn't ask. Okay. So my questions, I have a couple of them actually, and so that was one of my questions is who's responsible for buying the signs and installing those? It doesn't say that in this.
No, I think the municipality would be responsible for the schools in the municipal property, probably the library. I don't know about the churches. We'd have to decide whether we want to do that. I think the child and daycare centers is a difficult one, although if we're gonna do churches and libraries, perhaps we fund all of them. They just need to show us that they are a legal entity and they're approved as a child or daycare with the Department of Health and Human Services. And then figure out what budget could support the signs. I can see right now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 right now. And so if it's $80 a piece, and that doesn't include childcare, then, you know, we're looking at, about $1,000.
I think if we're gonna single out one place, I don't know why we're singling out the daycare, that was my question. 2, if we do single out the daycares, what happens if they don't put it up in 30 days? It doesn't say anything. What's demand to put it up?
I would think that we would issue, we would just remind them that they would need to do that. And I think any child care center would willingly want to put something up.
Oh, I think so too, but it
yeah.
doesn't have any legs to do it.
No, it does not. So this was just a quick draft that I put together just as a topic of discussion. It may need more work. There is definitely nothing in there for provisions for a penalty if they don't comply.
Nancy,
Yes.
are these signs supposed to be at the 1,000-foot mark from, like, the property line of the school, or do they have to be right next to the school dooryard?
From what I'm reading, it doesn't specify. I think
Because
somewhere
isn't
on said property.
One of them policies we just did, the safe zone was 1,000 feet
Mhm.
from the property line of the school, or 2,000, whatever it was. So
That is in state law, but the ordinances that we adopted a more stringent distance, and that was a suggestion by the planning board to double that.
what I was thinking is, if you put it at the 1,000-foot mark,
Mhm.
that would be out here on 43, and that would take care of that school, that child care center, the church,
Oh,
like that.
okay.
And then
That's
out on the
fine.
Horseback Road, if you went 1,000 feet from the school or the church, that's the closest to the Horseback, go 1,000 feet, put a sign out, same on 201A, and it just,
Okay. That, I think I would have to ask the Commissioner of Public Safety
The
on that.
number is 2,000.
It is.
2,000 feet, yeah. Like,
I still-
so that's, all I was thinking is, like in North Anson, if you went out on 16 and 201A and Madison Street and Fayette Pond Road, the 2,000 feet from the school, that's gonna cover all them buildings with like 4 signs, that's all.
Somebody that's not paying attention and they drive to the school, they don't, I don't know if it has to be there or not.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think just to confirm that we're acting appropriately, it would be worth calling the Commissioner of Public Safety to find out if we could go within, if there's multiple in an area, if we could put it in such a spot that it encompasses all of those.
Can you add to your list of safe zones? Like the public boat landing in North Anson and maybe down here, but especially the one in North Anson, because we actually recently had an OD there and kids frequent there a lot, especially during the summertime, with families coming down the river from Solon down and get out there.
What about like the railbed? Are kids on that?
Yeah, but they're moving, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think the boat landing for sure should
It's
be
a
added.
public recreational trail.
You could do that.
I want to throw a wrench in this because now you're talking 2,000 feet from the school zone. So anybody that has drugs in their house can get whatever the
You're not
consequences
If they're not legal.
You're not allowed to have medical.
on private property.
On medical, you can't.
We're gonna see some lawsuits on this one.
I
Guaranteed.
have not run this by legal.
We need to, because I mean, you're 2,000 feet, I mean, you're talking, when you start talking about church, school, you're talking the whole town.
Well, the
You know,
school here
and it's
is
just
down
not, it's just
below.
not gonna work, it's just not gonna work.
They're extinguishing,
Just
saying.
I mean,
I mean,
there is rights in your own home to have what you want, and you can't, I'm not against safe zone, but I'm against too much. That's all, we need to run it past legal before we.
You're gonna have to deal with the people with medical marijuana cards too.
Yeah,
that's legal.
That is legal.
That's legal.
Unless they don't have.
it's legal, but I don't think
But
you're allowed to
who's
grow
gonna, and
within a
who's
school
gonna
zone.
police that?
My mother couldn't in Clinton.
You know, I mean,
Marijuana has its own regulations, though, we have an ordinance for that, so that's separate from this. to
so
begin
it's
with.
not a drug anymore?
According to the ordinances, it's not.
And no trespassing?
We're really not talking about.
No trespassing.
I think it's too vague, I think it's too vague, we need to work on this a little more.
Okay.
Talk to people.
I
Because
totally agree.
you're talking 3/4 of the
Yeah,
town.
it's on the establishment.
About schools and churches and
We're talking
daycares.
about an
and-
establishment.
Do you all
Like a
agree that I should run that
facility.
by legal? Should I start with MMA or should I go to the
Yes, they're all.
No, yeah, I'm not against this, I just,
We just need to have it. It might be,
And doesn't state law trump town laws? Like if they, Acadia comes in, I thought that they went by what the state said, and that's why Madison was in the pickle they were in, because they didn't have what was in there in place. But isn't that the way that works? Is that we say 2,000 feet, now our attorney said it's okay. Well, the state law says 1,000 feet.
It does.
So I think we're gonna find that that will also cause a lawsuit if we say no and say 2,000 feet, because I think state law will trump your town law, your town ordinance, but I don't know that.
Yeah.
That would be a question for our attorney.
I think town ordinances can be more restrictive, but not less restrictive. So I think that's the way that it works. So
Okay.
we could, I think we're fine
Okay.
with that because we are
That's
more
good.
restrictive than state law. But if we wanted to go 500 feet, I think that would be a problem because
Okay.
that would go against
Okay.
state law.
All right.
and what are we, no trespassing. No trespassing, what?
I don't think you can have no trespassers. After a certain hour maybe, but not.
Oh, on the sign?
Yeah.
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 Also, no crime,
Yeah.
no crime.
No crime, no drugs, no trespass.
It's too vague,
Yeah.
we need a little more help with this, I think.
Okay.
Before we.
Will you look into the boat landings, though, please, to add that added to the list? Thank you.
Yes, it will be discussed, I don't know who said it, but, because I can't see it, but. There's a lot of good parties at that point. You gotta remember that was 50 years ago, and some of you were there too. Okay, you all set with that? Review, say, so it's number 4, other business. Discuss setting up meetings with town of Stock to discuss future of KBRWC.
Have they had their town meeting
No, I
Next
reached out to
week.
Joe yesterday,
This
this Saturday?
and he's gonna get together with the other selectmen, and we're gonna get together and have a power.
Okay, did he propose any dates for our meeting?
No, he said he was gonna call me back, I talked to him last night.
Okay. Does he want to wait until after his town meeting, perhaps? You think that's a holdup?
I would think, I mentioned that he should mention it while he's at his town meeting.
When is that, when is?
Next week, I think.
I think it's Saturday. the
Saturday.
I think they vote on the 13th, and then town meeting's the 14th.
Oh, no, when's the next meeting for this?
Us? Yeah.
For the, for the,
No, for the,
recycling.
wasn't till the, in May.
Oh, the next one's in May.
Yeah,
Perhaps we could maybe meet in April?
absolutely, yeah. Quicker the better, I told
I
him.
see you back, so.
Yeah, I told him that she was going on vacation, but I said to him, quicker the better,
Yeah.
you gotta get it going.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's the goal, then we'll try to schedule a meeting for April.
Positive, negative, hesitant?
Hesitant.
And are their meetings usually on Wednesday?
I really don't know what's done, maybe somebody else knows.
What's that? 4B, discuss setting up meeting with code enforcement and KB Cog to work on updating our fee schedules.
Jesse Seer from Katie College had reached out to me back middle of February. When they implemented the regional CEO position, they also had asked for municipalities in, I think, Somerset, Kennebec, I think multiple counties, to provide their current fee schedules, and she put them into a chart, and she offered to come and work with the board on perhaps updating our fee schedule. I had included in your packet the new building permit application. This is now the application you'll see when you go online and want to fill out a building permit. So we've got that in place. I think the next big push through Katie Cog will be with the various fees that relate to code enforcement. So I would like to suggest that, perhaps in April or May, we, try to schedule a meeting. We can schedule it now to take place. I would think it would be best if we did a workshop to meet with Jessie and kind of review the fees that she's collected. And I don't know if the fees are structured by population. It really doesn't appear to be. It looks like she's got residential, commercial, and other. But I think she can certainly help us with those schedules, and assuming we might want to update those so that some of the fees will pay for the code officer. That will help fund his position. So I think that was the goal. Is that something you're interested in? I think at this point I was just kind of looking to see if there's interest in moving forward with this or not.
Jeff gonna be there?
Jeff will definitely be there. Yeah.
Good question, that's what we. Has Jeff learned the difference between DEP rules and FEMA rules?
I'm assuming with KB Cog, he knows what he's supposed to know, so. But I don't know what he's required to know, and so
according to him with DEP, this building would have flooded several times over the years, same way with the post office, same way with the powerhouse. Because he says DEP says all this land is in floodplain. FEMA says it's not. So until he,
That's between him and FEMA, so there's nothing.
no, that's between the town and him. It's
We
not
don't
between,
determine floodplains, we don't determine that stuff, the code enforcement.
that is true. That is through FEMA.
It's not
That's through-
something that I don't believe any of us have enough knowledge on to discuss at this moment, so. To give an answer to it, do any of you have an answer for this?
First I heard it.
So,
If he does not learn the difference between FEMA and DEP, he should not be the code guy who's on Anson.
well, it's a question that can be asked him, but, all I can say is I'm assuming since KB cog hired him to do what he's doing, that he has the knowledge and the experience to carry out this job. That's what I know. Now, if he doesn't have the knowledge, then let's talk to KB cog and do something different, but it's not something we can answer at the moment, so it may be something we can ask him as soon as we have the meeting. I don't have an answer for you.
Okay.
Unless somebody else on the
Will
board.
you get an answer from him?
What's that?
Will you get an answer from him?
We will find out what he knows when we meet up with him for this stuff. Okay, and then, how's that? Nancy? Okay, good note. So as far as this stuff, this is something we need to do. We need to deal with it, so let's deal with it before too much of the new construction starts in the year.
Yeah, I was,
And even May is a little late, but
yeah,
even April's a little late for permits, but.
it is. Definitely is pushing it. Do you want to try to get a workshop in April? Or do you want to try to push it to May?
April's open for me.
Yeah.
Any days, times better?
When are you back from vacation?
I will be available anytime the week of the 6th or after.
Anytime, maybe. Yeah.
Mid to late afternoons is what you're doing.
Yeah.
Workshop, absolutely.
Sharon?
Towards the end of the week is better for me, but.
Towards the end of the week, okay?
Good, so mid-afternoon and late in the week.
And I'm leaving April 18th, won't be back till 23rd, so.
So maybe last week in April.
Yeah, last week in April.
You're leaving when, Sharon?
April 18th, and I'll be back the 23rd.
Okay.
So we're back.
Once I decide to
So
stay.
that's Friday's the last week.
Okay.
Wednesday would be best. Well,
Wednesday?
late afternoon is not.
Okay.
Evenings are taken up today. mostly.
So maybe I'll try like Wednesday or Thursday, the 29th or 30th. that week.
Yeah, put it up to.
I'll see if they have
29th or
any.
30th.
Yeah.
Late afternoon, mid to late afternoon.
Okay.
29th.
What?
Well, late afternoon, or
Like we've been doing it like 3.
there's an AMS meeting on that one too, on the 20th.
Oh, AMS.
So we'll already-
We've already beat it.
Yeah, I will stay on
Pretty much.
Yeah.
The AMS meeting, that starts at 6?
6.
6.
All set? That would be C, discuss discuss closing office Friday, April 3rd for mandatory staff training, CVR.
So CVR stands for Central Voter Registration, and the Secretary of State is rolling out a new central voter registration system. All of us, the clerk and us deputies and deputy registrars had to sign this policy on systems and data security, accuracy, and confidentiality. They want us all to be trained before the June election. They're going to be rolling out this new CVR program to be used in June. There are trainings mid to late March, but where I'm going to be out of the office and we're short-staffed, Kim thought it best that all three of us take it at the same time. There's various segments, so it is an all-day training, and we thought that if we, the last opportunity is this April 3rd date, and we thought that would be a good chance for the three of us to take this training, be able to, ask questions and whatnot, and get it done so that we're in compliance for the June election. But I wanted permission to be able to close the office that day so that we could take that training.
Thoughts?
You get done.
It was mandatory training, and you gotta have it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll advertise that so that people know.
Yes.
Got to do it.
Board meeting, town meeting wrap-up. What a great meeting. I'm not sure what you mean as far as wrapping up, but I thought it went very well.
I wanted to discuss the town meeting votes. There were 3 areas that were cut, so I provided some information, what the budget was before town meeting for administration, and then where the cuts, just a suggestion of where the cuts might come from. The voters at town meeting approved and suggested that we remove the customer service position, which the pay and the benefits came to $73,000. I've done an adjustment to wages and benefit lines that coincide with the removal of that position. And then the second cut was to postage in the amount of $43.50, which included the lease purchase of a postage meter. So I brought that line to 0, and I'm recommending that we take the $13.50 out of the postage line. And I hope I'm okay. Last year we had $6,800 in our budget for postage, and now with the amount that town meeting gave me for my admin budget, I'm looking to drop that down to $61.50. I'm not. I'm gonna argue against cutting the water line in our utilities. If you look at that page, that water line is our town water, our quarterly billing. So if you cut that out, I don't know what to do. I certainly don't want our water shut off here, but if I have no money to pay for our quarterly water bills, it's going to be an issue. So out of that $13.50, $5.50 was for A&M Water District, and the water cooler, the rental in the bottled water for the employees was budgeted at $800, and that was, I was being very conservative with that. Some of the water bills have been as much as $84, and the cooler rental was $16.99. But this year, for the month of January, it was only $43.74 with a $16.99 rental. You'll see in the bills where the payment that we're making for February was also the basically $44 plus the $17 for the rental. So if they continually come in at that, the 800 that I had put in the original budget should be sufficient to cover our water needs. As to the comment from the public of using tap water, I've never had our water tested here. I don't know if it's safe to drink. I haven't, I really haven't. I don't know what the pipes are like and whatnot. And we're not a residential building. You know, this may have been a residential building. I mean, you guys laugh, but it was a residential building at one point, but we're commercial. And we have a responsibility to public health and to our employees. I think it's not unreasonable to pay for them to drink water.
What about bottled water, bringing a case of bottled water and putting in the refrigerator?
That's more expensive.
Do you get it? You get it from Poland Spring?
No, we don't, not anymore.
They took them off the list.
They did.
Mhm.
Everybody.
They took during the drought, they took everybody off the list. So now you have to,
So I knew this was gonna come up.
Yeah, and I have more questions for you as we get going in the town meeting.
Well, before you even go any further, I'm not sure why we're going line by line. Because if we do line item budget, I'm confused as to what the hoopla was last year with the fire department. When they cut $150,000. Because
When
I'm not done.
when the board cuts the budget, I mean, when the townspeople cut the budget, it is up to the five of you to determine where those cuts are. They may make set suggestions, but that doesn't mean that the five of you need to.
Okay, but
adhere
it
to
was a
those
line by
suggestions.
line budget last year,
And
okay?
it wasn't a line by line budget last
Are
year.
we line by line now?
No, we're not.
Okay, so if it had,
Not for town meeting.
no,
It's not line by line.
no, it's not.
So
And it
I guess I
wasn't,
don't understand the question.
so I'm saying, if it was line by line,
Mhm.
for example, last year, when Daryl cut the budget, 150,000, you would have said, wait a minute, when he did that motion. What are you cutting? Nobody did.
They did, they
No,
asked
they
for a
did not ask.
suggestion, and he said at that meeting, or
I
someone
said
said,
it
I could suggest where to be cut, but then that's where it ended.
It did
Is that
not.
correct?
No, that's not where it is.
Wait, this is a discussion on the board.
It was not, because when it came here, the quote from Brenda was, we had no idea what you wanted, we're not mind readers. So you guys came back and cut here, 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 here,
Can
here.
I just say one
As
thing?
long
That's-
as,
Okay,
that's why I specifically did the motion that I did.
right,
And I didn't cut a line, I cut items.
yep, you
And
did.
as long as this budget, at the end of the year, your bottom line, because we are not a line-by-line budget, so we don't even know yet till the end of the year where we're at.
No, we don't.
Just saying that.
Also, on a second note, there was a woman that was in the audience that turned around to Darrell and said, well, what would you cut if you were to get rid of $150,000? I didn't hear one person in the entire school gymnasium say a word. That's all, I don't want to argue,
No.
that's all I'm saying.
So anyway, moving on.
more.
The next one that you'll notice is under community programs for fireworks. I did take that out of the budget. And I also took 4,000 out of the excavator line under debt. The board has all of those numbers, and I do need to post the budget so that moving forward, we can start tracking budget to actual costs. So I am looking to get confirmation on what individual line items in the proposed budget will be cut to meet the $483,930 in the administrative budget that I was given from town meeting. Any suggestions?
I just gave mine.
I'm sorry.
And I also said at the meeting, I tried to amend it again, or say, take it out of the water cooler, because at this meeting, initially you said, I would like to get a water cooler. And, I'm sorry, I know that you all, or people here, watch the Facebook pages.
I'm sorry, I'm not on Facebook.
Okay, maybe you're not, I know you said that. But there was a lot of discussion about that water cooler, and people were not happy about it. And then, 2 weeks before the town meeting, I look on the warrants, and the water cooler is already gone. It was, I'd like to
We
get
bought it
one.
we rented it last year.
I'd like to get one.
All right.
So,
It
I
would've
don't
been
see
nice
that
to-
I don't
it
see
would've
1350 as an issue. I'm not sure why you're taking $4,000.
been- That's what you voted. You
Yeah, they voted,
$350.
Artie, on his budget, they amended it $4,000 less, right?
For the
Not
estimate.
his budget, the debt.
Oh, I didn't-
Yeah.
oh, okay. I'm sorry. But, you know,
It just
that
would've
wasn't
been
my
nice.
motion. That one wasn't mine, so.
No, I know that was.
I get that. The 1350, I think you're getting excited about. I really do.
Well, I felt blindsided, to be honest. You had an opportunity. You reached out to me on Thursday before town meeting. And
Yeah, I did, and I
if
asked you the numbers.
Yeah, you did, and
So,
and did I give them to you?
You did?
I did, didn't I? And then
And
did
I
I
used them.
ask if I needed to be prepared for anything for town meeting? And there was silence. From
Someone's
a
asking for some numbers,
candidate for select person.
and I was looking for numbers.
Yeah, you were.
Move on.
Let's move on.
Public information.
Look at this budget, and I do need to say a few more words. You're not just- I'm sorry?
You do need to what?
I do need to get a few more things off my chest, but maybe we can get through the budget first.
Okay.
The fire alarm activation in zone something, called by the alarm.
Oh, I'm sure they froze up, so I'm not waiting.
Oh, no. Can you see smoke out the window?
No,
Good.
no smoke signals.
So what do we need to do moving on here?
Yes, what's next?
What do we need to do?
You need to vote on where the cuts are going to come from so that I can post the budget, please. I've given you some suggestions, and it's up to you to take it from there. I suggested that we cut the customer service position as recommended by Leanne, and I recommend that,
The voters
uh,
of the town meeting also recommended it.
Yes,
They
because
voted
we all
for
they
it.
did, but the vote, the motion came from you.
It did, but it was voted on by the voters at the town meeting.
Correct.
Okay.
That's
So
correct.
that's how much, Nancy?
In 10/10/05/20, and then all the payroll benefits, all of those add up to a $73,000 deduction. So if you're okay with dropping my admin budget from $223,000 last year for wages to $199,985, and then all the payroll benefits as presented to you. I'm looking at the town meeting adjustment sheet. maybe we can take it up by position, since one motion was for one, and then the other motion was for the next change.
So you need a motion to take the 73 out of your budget.
I need a motion to take the 73 out of wages and benefits specifically, because that's where it was suggested. And if you agree with that suggestion, that we cut this position, that's where you need to vote.
And you had added that into that position, so we can take it out without any loss of what we need.
Yes, but when I did that, and that money was in there, I had also cut like the overtime line, because I figured overtime would be less with an additional person. So, you know, it may be tight, but, we'll just have to watch that line, that's all.
I make a motion to do that.
Second.
We have a motion, we have a second, and this is on taking 73,000 from wages.
And
correct?
benefits.
And benefits. Okay, so we have a motion and a second, any further discussion? All in favor? All opposed? Good, you have 4-1.
4-1,
4-1.
okay.
It's moved, so
Who
4-1.
was opposed, I'm sorry?
Mm.
You were, thank you, Shannon.
Next.
So then the next cut was 4350. So I need to know where you want that to come from.
And that was our postage, right?
I had slated it for trying to get a postage meter so we could have metered mail that also sealed the envelope, so we're not, you know, tearing off the strip or licking them, and adding stamps, especially with quarterly sewer billing and tax commitments and everything. I just thought it was a tool that would aid in efficiencies in the town office.
So you said postage last year was 61.
Last year I had 6,800 in the postage line, and I'm suggesting that maybe we cut that to 6,150 to make up that 1,350 difference. Because in the budget before town meeting for the postage line, I had 7,500. And 3,000 for the postage meter. So since the motion was just postage, I thought that we could take it out of those two lines and not take it out of the water.
My motion was for postage meter.
It was,
Okay, not postage.
right, postage meter, correct.
So basically, you're suggesting that you take the lease for the postage meter, which is 3,000, and then the additional 1,350 that we need, we're gonna take out of postage itself.
On the postage itself, yes.
That'll be down, and that line will be 6150, right?
Right. It was.
And that's gonna be tight. Tight.
It will be, yeah. And I don't know if, I mean, last year there were, I think, at least 2 increases in postage, so I'm not sure.
Did that other one just come? Or there's another increase, or one is coming? One just happened. One just happened. I'm not exactly sure which way, but.
We have a motion.
Just so that I'm clear, we're dropping the postage to 6150, and we're taking out the purchase of the postage thing.
The lease, yep.
Okay. Make a motion to drop the postage to 6150 and removing the postage meter.
So where does it come from?
I mean, it's pretty tight when we're doing all those.
It was all permitted,
Yeah. I mean,
so it's. It'll be done. I'm not taking any questions from the floor.
It was gonna be a suggestion, but it's okay.
No, it's all right. Thank you. So any suggestions, where should we come from? If we're not gonna approve this,
well, I don't think we got an option. Because the water cooler isn't the 18, isn't the 1350, so that off the table. So.
so I suggest that these cuts came from a person that knows this budget better than any of us. And if that's where she's seeing that it needs to be cut from instead of other places, then I think we should. Pass it.
Yeah.
So we have a motion, and we have a second.
And a second. That we keep it at 6150 for postage, and we do not lease a postage meter. And we'll continue leasing.
Good. So I have to ask again for the motion, or is it, we're on the same motion? Okay, and we had a second. All in favor?
Can't see.
Good, 3-2.
3 in
So
favor,
we're-
2
No, I'm in
opposed.
favor, I'm opposed.
Okay, yeah, right, that's what I
Yeah.
assumed.
Yep.
But you didn't give a suggestion. I mean, where else does it come from? We're required to make the cut, so where else do we make the cut if it's not there? I mean, I'm asking a genuine question, I don't know, I just need.
I just wasn't aware that we were line item, because it's not listed that way in the warrant. I mean, I just don't see it that way, right?
But you've seen the line item, it was posted on the treasurer's page. I mean, you had to have gotten the 1350 from somewhere. So you've seen it.
So how do we do this if we don't do it this way?
And
I mean, we have to
I
be-
tried to say, cut the water cooler.
Well, the water cooler's only $800.
Well, then, potentially.
She said 1 month it was this, 1 month it was that,
That's what I put in the budget.
1350.
Yeah, we have 1350, but it's not just the water cooler. We get quarterly water bills for town water bill.
Okay,
Where's that coming out of?
do we have another
I
one?
didn't say the water bill, I said the water cooler.
We're gonna move on. Do we have another one?
We do. We have, community programs, 4,000 was cut, and, town meeting suggested it come from fireworks.
That's the one.
Fireworks,
Okay.
if you folks are okay with cutting the fireworks, that's what I'll do, and I'll post the budget without any, line for, fireworks for Madison Anson Days.
Need a motion?
So moved.
We have a second?
Second.
Any further discussion?
Is there any way that we could raise that money someplace else?
There's all kinds of ways to raise money, but not in our budget.
Correct.
I mean, you can get, ask for donations, which is,
That's how it used to
which
be.
is, you know, I've talked to this about a number of people that, you know, I mean, there's ways, we'll talk to businesses in town, we'll talk to individuals, put it on the board, we can put donations for,
I agree.
or whatever, you know, legitimate stuff. And as you all know how I felt about it, you know, I'm more than willing to give a donation. This is none of my kids doing it. My kids are 50, 40, 50 years old. I'm willing to donate, but, you know, this is for our children. So anyways, so my job, your job, is to give the town what they've asked for. Not to add to, not to take away. Our jobs as select people is to give the town what they've asked for in the town meeting. And so that's what we're gonna do. If we need to do something else, then we have to do it outside of the town budget,
All right.
which there's totally legal to do, and I'm sure most of the residents are doing it. So, okay? So we have a motion, we have a second. We'll take it from the fireworks. All in favor? All opposed? So moved. 5-0. Thank you. Anything else?
And the last cut was from debt service. Artie had indicated that we could cut up to 4,000 from the excavator line.
Okay, and that should be a no-brainer, because I say we do it.
And we're locked in on that.
We'll lock that.
Okay.
So, do I have a motion?
Make a motion that we accept the excavator at 36 and the debt service at 458, 241.
Second.
Good, we have a motion and a second, any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor? All opposed? 5-0.
All right. So with all of those cuts, that brings our budget down to $2,999,264.
So how much of the increase was that from last year?
That is $53,020 more than last year.
How much is that tax?
The 53,020?
Can you tell me
Let's try that.
off the top of your computer?
Yeah.
Come on, Daniel. I did not mean to be rude at all, just.
That is 27 cents per 100,000 of value increase. So Leanne, I do have a question, a follow-up question from town meeting. What message were you trying to send to me, to the employees, to the board, to the public, when you cut that postage meter and the water? I'm just wondering why you did that.
It was pretty clear that day, but I'll reiterate, I think the post office right there is pretty close. You go to the post office every day with a P.O. box. I really just see a lease. I mean, we have a lease. I know what a.
You have a post office very near to your building too. Do you have a postage meter at the county?
We do, I just said, we have one, but we also have courts that are,
Okay.
a
So,
lot of things that are going out daily. It's a
Mhm.
lot different, and then the sheriff's office.
Okay, all right.
So, I'm thinking our mail going out is a lot more than the town of Anson. But I do know what the fees are.
And you know that metered mail is cheaper than a first cost
By a
postage
penny.
stamp. It was more than a penny for us, but anyway, yep, okay.
Penny to 2 pennies.
Yep, so you felt that,
And I had people come to me, knowing I was running too, and spoke to me about this.
about postage, okay.
About that postage meter.
And why were you trying to take the water away? I I'm just
And
curious.
people came to me about that also, and saying, we drink the
So it
town
had
water.
nothing to do with lowering taxes or anything like
It
that?
does help lower taxes, I mean,
No.
it's small amounts, but
But you're talking 2 cents per thousand of value. for what
everything
you
counts.
pass. But you
In
know
this
what?
day and age, when things are costing and everything is rising,
Mhm.
yeah, if you're minimizing things, that's not good,
Well,
okay?
you know what? You could be penny wise and pound foolish in some places.
You can, but
And in some ways, I think what you did hurt more than helped. So,
if you think a postage meter hurt,
yes, I do.
Yeah.
You cut a position, okay? And now you expect us to manually seal them,
I
put
did cut a
stamps on
position
them.
because
I'll volunteer
asked.
to help
Oh,
seal the
oh,
end.
oh, this is our conversation.
I asked to have
No,
documentation
No,
to
this is
show
our
that that
conversation.
position was needed.
Well, it's less than.
No,
And nobody would provide me with the information. I was told by the chair that was not going to happen.
All you had to do was ask me. I would have given you that information.
I
I
asked.
would have
You were in the
explained.
meeting. I asked for that
Okay.
information.
Okay. So, let me just say one thing.
No, I have a right to speak, Jim.
Yep, and
you don't have the right to argue in this meeting, we need to
But
get,
when-
we need to get.
She's calling me out in a
And by the
meeting.
way,
I
I
can
do have the
also-
right to stop this conversation as chair. So you want to have this conversation outside of this meeting, you have it.
Because
But
I
right
think
now,
that's
we're
what's
gonna- we are
happening.
going- we are
There
going
are
to finish
conversations
this
that are
meeting.
happening
We are
outside.
going to
meeting.
finish this meeting.
I think that
And then you do what you
action,
want.
When she asked why, I asked.
And you
When
answer,
you look,
and you answer.
for the
It
people
went-
that are
It
here,
continued to go
when you
on.
can look at this
It
warrant,
continued to go
and
on.
I can figure out how many title applications have been done in a 2-week time, I can figure out some stuff myself. I can figure out that, you can figure out some stuff. But I asked for different parts of the year,
There is
and you
no
said
point
there's
in this
no point in
conversation.
doing
There's
that.
no point in this
But there is a
conversation
point.
because it has been cut and it's not gonna happen. So there's no point in this
But
conversation.
obviously,
So we're gonna, so it's done. If
So
you wanna
what-
continue the conversation, do it outside this meeting. Right now, we're gonna finish this meeting. That's what it is. And I do have the right to keep order in this meeting.
you do,
So,
but she
yeah.
asked me a
So,
question.
and you answered. You both had chances
I
to
didn't,
talk.
I wasn't
Yes,
finished.
you answered the specific questions that, and then it expanded into something else on both sides. And so now we're gonna go back to business. So, department heads. Road commissioner.
Well, mud season's here.
It is, for a minute.
Yep.
It's getting deep.
No, I got one road that was getting soft, so we had to put some stone in it early this morning. I went over it this afternoon when I went home and cuffed it over with a rock rake, and it was holding good. And it's just the weather we're having right now, you know, the freezing thaw factor that we had earlier in the winter, or late in the winter, however you want to say it, that worked fine. But when we get temperatures of 50 to 70 degrees in 3 days' time, that's not so fine.
It's coming back.
Yeah. And, yeah, I'll just drop it at that. The amount of traffic on the roads, I've said it before, but the amount of traffic on dirt roads right now are way more than it ever used to be. So I started doing figuring today on different places on different dirt roads, not for this year, but something to think about for next year, so.
Rebuild.
Yep. Other than that, we've been draining water, and we got the screens that we was rebuilding all done. We finished that up today, and had 2 guys out checking the roads and draining water on the dirt road hills and stuff like that, so they didn't run the whole length of it. And all the equipment's up and running good, so.
With all the dirt we put on the roads, I was able to ride still this morning. They were pretty decent, actually. But, yeah, there was no dirt, there was no water, which really surprised me, because it always has been on the hard.
Yeah. Well, once that ice, I got the snowbanks back, and then the ice layer that was on the shoulders of the road, once that got melted, then the water can start going back like it's supposed to, but all the roads had a ice buildup, I mean, state roads and everything. Other town roads have ice buildup on shoulders, it's just the nature of the beast.
Questions? Thank you. Chief?
Yeah, don't have a whole lot to report. I played outside today. I didn't get much other done than clean up fertilizer on my front lawn, but, I did talk to Lance last night. He did get the compressor rewired for its own breaker. So hopefully that little problem child will be done and over with. I did make the phone call to Randy Butler on changing the water inlet, fill trucks and stuff with. He says we can probably pretty much do what we want to it, as long as the backflow valves not get touched, because that's possible contaminants if something happens and water gets sucked back out of the truck into the main line going up the road, so. Last week when, already had moved the snow up there, and during truck checks, guys and girls were shoveling out the outlets to get that cleaned out and stuff, and they could smell propane. We had a small propane leak, so I had to call Bob's. And it was right out of Union by the threads. I don't think.
That one is 3 feet under the snow.
Yeah, and I'm curious to actually how long it's been leaking since the tank was hooked up, so I gotta call into Bob's and gonna run some numbers to see if we can figure out if it was been leaking for a while, and that's why maybe our propane bill was a little on the high side since
But
during part of the winter, but,
after I got done, I walked up and checked it,
yeah.
after I see what was in there.
Yeah.
And
It
I
could,
didn't-
like they said, it could
I
have
didn't
been
smell no
frost.
propane or nothing
Yeah,
there, and I see that little black box up above it, and I figured that was a sniffer, so.
yeah, it could
I
have
didn't-
been frost moving in the ground, it could have worked that union a little bit, and just, but I don't think Darryl was there, I don't think he was there that long. Was you there when he come? Yeah.
Yeah, I stayed there.
Yeah, so,
It has to be fixed.
it's fixed, done.
Yeah. And before they hooked the tank up, after the summer of not having propane, they have to do a pressure test before, and it's pretty accurate, so it wasn't leaking when they turned it on.
So I got an idea, it has something to do with the frost, just moving stuff around just enough to create a leak somewhere, but it's fixed. All like that, that's all I've got.
It's not gonna happen, it's gonna happen again, is
Oh, it can.
is there some way to have protection there?
The ground moves,
Is it-
unfortunately.
So it's underground, I'm sorry.
It's above ground,
It's above
but just
ground.
this much, and it's like a rubber gasket, so it can be temperature sensitive, it can be,
And see with that snow that was all around it, you know, it's like this much higher then when I moved it out, it was nice and warm.
and then
And
it
the
got,
temperature
got
changed,
cold.
and then it got real cold.
I don't know. I've had mine do the same thing at my generator. Check it.
Just something
That's
good
in the
big.
middle of town.
You know,
Not that your house isn't important, but.
It's fixed
but
anyway,
in the middle of
so.
town, you know, for the gas leak. But, okay.
Yeah. The pressure tested it and it was fine, so yeah, it's all good.
You made a gesture when she talked about the backflow.
yeah.
Well,
Well, that's the whole point of getting rid of all that,
Yeah.
because that's so big and gummy. One, let me just ask this question. Has it been tested this year?
Yeah, that I don't know.
Because it's supposed to be tested yearly. Well, you have to hire somebody.
Points.
It's just, it's a bunch of hogwash. And the way I look at it is, it's fire hydrant, it's no different than a fire hydrant out the road.
there's
That's,
something that you guys are supposed to think of yearly to get done, or it's like.
I'm not sure, I've been out of the water district for a while,
Jim,
but when,
when Daryl's done, I got.
no, go ahead.
Well, no, the highway garage has to be done every year because we got two of them. And it's been that way ever since I've been here. And I think it was points or something like that. I can look on the sticker.
And you don't.
They call me and tell me they're coming to inspect it. And they come and inspect it and do whatever they can do and give me the seal saying everything's okay. And
So it was hesitant.
We're gonna have to have him put us on the list because
Is that how you do it?
You don't have a backflow valve at this station down here?
No.
I don't think there was one at the old station either, was there?
No,
Yeah.
Well, that's
this one is
because of the update,
ginormous.
yeah.
It's huge. That's it. And
Any questions?
Last time Carrie asked me for a sign-in sheet, remember?
Yes.
I got one. Sweet. I do. Just want you to look it over.
It's just a place to put a name and.
No,
it's just a generic.
It's high tech.
No, you gotta sign in, if they're gonna stay, like, for a long period of time. I'm in, I'm out. So, and the incident that you actually have,
Okay.
so, comments and make sure.
Do you have a copy I can look at?
Yeah. You can take
You
that.
can take this one.
Okay.
Probably should just keep some up there on that.
Okay, just make that thing. And the other thing is, I was looking into the Heartland, disaster plan for the town. Yes, we should have one in place. And I got a draft, and if anybody wants a copy of it, and then we'll put some input in when Nancy comes back. But it will give us a starting point for the town. It's got a lot of information and contacts and sheriff numbers, and if we have it, done, we can kind of move on. So,
It's kind of a draft.
this is just a draft. It's got a lot of good ideas in it.
I remember looking at it.
Yeah.
It's huge.
It's huge, but I mean, we can take a lot of, most of it, but we just need to put our information in. So, but at least we'll have one on file, so,
I would take a copy and I'll read it
yeah.
when you get it.
You have it electronic?
Huh?
You have it electronic?
No.
You can make it electronic.
You could.
Put it in that machine up there in the office and send it to his email.
Right here.
They go home phone.
Don't ask me how to do it.
I mean, there's a lot of information in there.
Right, I've seen it, I haven't looked through it, I'm not sure why I looked through it.
I think I brought it
Brought
once,
it in.
yeah, when Mark, wanted
Yes,
that
yes.
part of it. This is the best one that we found that put us up the park.
And what was that one, remember? Yeah, kind of looked through that town.
Yeah, so I'm working on it.
Any questions? Thank you. Nancy?
There is an elected officials webinar coming up on April 1st, and Wednesday, April 1st, from 4 to 7:30 p.m. If you're a member, it's $50. It says this workshop is a must for newly elected and veteran officials. So every time a board member is elected, you're required to take this elected officials webinar. I will email it to everybody.
Is it
I've already signed up.
You've signed up for
I
it?
have, yeah.
Okay.
You should be.
Is it online?
It's a Zoom.
It is a Zoom.
So can I do it here, like as a group?
You can.
It's just.
As a refresher, if you want it.
So, yeah, so,
Okay.
I don't need it.
If you do it as a group, then you have to give them names and stuff.
Or I can do it on Zoom.
You can do it on Zoom.
Okay.
yeah.
All right,
Or you can do it on Zoom here.
okay, all right.
A lot of it. And through most of it. So,
How long is it, Lance?
4 hours.
It is
4.
4 to 7:30, so 3.5 hours.
And I can do it with, is there a certain date? You'll send me it.
It's, yeah, I'll send you guys I'll send it to the entire board. But it's, yes, it's Wednesday, Wednesday, April 1st, 4 to 7:30 p.m.
April Fool's Day.
A lot of the information is in the packet,
I get those, Nancy, so
and everything.
they automatically come to me.
They come to you already?
I get them also.
You do? Okay.
Did you already take it?
Yeah, I,
Did it with
to, Sharon. I'll do it.
With the celebrations budget that was passed, we have Easter coming up, and this is the only meeting to discuss that celebration. I think Maddie would like to do something on Saturday, April 4th. That is the day before Easter. I think she's hoping to do a little Easter egg hunt here. So I'm looking for permission to have an Easter egg hunt. And then it would be nice to try to set like a celebrations budget and have an amount out of that 5,000 that I can give Maddie as a budget of what she can spend.
How many celebrations are we intending on doing?
Well, I talked with her about that, and we typically do Easter, Halloween, and Christmas. Sometimes we help out at Thanksgiving and we buy the turkey pies, but that is a family by family thing, and I don't think it's really appropriate to take that out of the celebration line. I think maybe in another budget year, if we want to do something like that, we add it to like a charitable donation to buy pies for needy families at Thanksgiving. So I don't think that's really, the celebrations platform is really the place for giving out those pies.
Do you have any idea what she spent in the past?
She says that, candy is very expensive, so she was hoping that we could split the 5,000, 2,500 for Easter, 500 for Halloween, and 2,000 for Christmas. And I almost would have gone 2,000 for Easter, 2,500 for Christmas, and maybe 500 at Halloween, but.
To speak on the Halloween part for the candy this year, I had a budget for 500 for the fire department, and we used that and then some.
Yeah.
So 500 is not enough, especially with,
Candy is super expensive.
it would need to be a little more than 500 for her trip for candy.
Yeah.
I wasn't me.
So according to those of you that do these, what are the biggest, how do they rank as far as?
Halloween is new, because we did the pumpkin carving. Easter, there's quite a few kids that come here, and we stuff the eggs, so. And Christmas, maybe get together with the fire department or something, kinda, instead of double.
Yes, I know that had been brought up in the past, that I think it would be good to take the celebrations and figure out who's gonna host, and then we support,
Right.
whether we're gonna do it down here, or we're gonna do it up in the north, and which holidays we do, so that we don't end up with double celebrations.
Because Christmas, what did she say, we were gonna use 2,500 Christmas?
Maddie suggested 2,000 for Christmas, 2,500 for Easter, and 500 for Halloween.
How much do you guys do for Christmas?
I did a little over, I had a budget of 500 also, and I did that with all the little gifts for all the kids and coloring books for, it was a little over $500 just for what we did. But we have Santa's, kind of donating his time. The trees donated, all the decorations, everything's donated to us. We asked for donations and it works out well.
So maybe combine it on that?
Combined Christmas?
Yeah, I don't know.
Well,
But Easter, we do it,
Yeah.
we always do Easter here. Easter's always been
The
done.
only thing we do is Halloween
And Christmas.
and Christmas.
Christmas we do as a tradition, always on the 23rd. It's the night before Christmas.
Until COVID hit, and we had a short lapse, and then the building was condemned, and we couldn't do it. And
Yeah.
that's when
This year we
that
started.
time started down here a little bit, and then we started back up with a new station last year.
So maybe we could combine it?
It is a community thing.
Correct.
It is,
We're only one community.
Correct.
yeah.
And it's always been held at the North Station, and I just
We've
think.
done it for as long as I can,
Yeah.
as a little kid.
I mean, if you wanna, combine it and do everything up there, then that's where most of the kids go. I mean, I know Tammy put together the Christmas thing down here at the time during COVID, and
And how many kids do we have? Maybe we could do a trick or trunk instead of having both fire departments. And-
We did that last year. We did the trunk or treat up to the Careback High School and kind of eliminated our Halloween at the North Station. We did have it, but it was also
But maybe we could do it down here and
everybody came to look at the station, what's that called?
make it around.
Open house. We had the open house the same day, that's the only reason why.
Circle driveway.
Well, do it Halloween down here and Christmas up there.
Works for me. It's not looking a good idea. I just want to keep Christmas up there as a department.
How many kids we had last year?
I can't remember, 60, 70, 80, I'm not, we had quite a few.
Quite a few.
I don't really know.
Who are the ones that, I know fire department does a lot of it, but are there other people that are involved in doing this stuff?
Maddie gets ready
Just
for
Maddie.
it. Maddie.
I think, yeah, just get together, find out numbers, find out the numbers, you know? People expect it where they see it in the past, like I said, generations, so. Get the numbers and let's talk about it again.
Didn't the Grinch come down here?
We
The
had,
Grinch can go anywhere, he's everywhere.
So, for Easter, what would you suggest, I give Maddie for a budget, for that, you think 2,000 for Easter?
yeah, because we have to stuff the eggs, because you gotta
Yes.
pre-order those, because
Right.
April's right around the corner. Yeah.
So are you guys okay with 2,000 or about 500? Huh?
It's a dual village event.
Right.
no, not the Easter egg hunt,
The Easter egg is down here.
down here.
Yeah.
They don't do it up there.
Yeah.
And then we can kind of prepare for a little bit for Christmas. and
Yeah.
Halloween.
Right,
And look for donations, there again, look for donations.
So,
okay.
so Easter's a go.
Okay, thank you. And up to 2,000, you think?
It's gonna, we stuffed a lot of eggs.
Yeah. Oh, wow. I had some free masons, excuse me, come in today from Madison. They are looking to do a fundraising event up to the North Village at the bridge by TDS. And they're proposing either April 4th and 5th April 5th or 26th, or May 23rd or the 30th. Well, the 30th is Memorial Weekend, so we suggested that they maybe contact the Legion, if the Legion tries to do some sort of a fundraiser or coverage. So he's gonna get back to me with the dates, but I did want to let you know that I've been approached to do a toll bridge. And I told him to probably reach out to MDOT because that bridge up there would also, it's also state.
What date was that?
So they want to do two dates. So it's either April 5th and 26th or May 23rd and 30th. But they want to reach out to the Legion first and then they're going to let me know.
Which one there?
Yeah. And once I know for certain, I can reach out to emergency personnel to let them know what is taking place.
And that's on the weekend, right?
Yes, I believe they're Saturdays, no, Sunday. They're Sundays. Both dates in April are Sunday, and the 30th of May is a Saturday. Oh, so in May it's a Saturday, the 2 dates are Saturday, and in April the 2 dates are Sundays.
Can I ask a backtrack? On the fire station, is that budgeted in the fire for these holidays?
No,
No.
that
We
comes
take it
out of the
our
association. We have that.
And then lastly, I reached out to the main bond bank and to bond council today to let them know, actually, that's not lastly, to let them know that voters had approved the $2 million paving bond. And they indicated that we do need to vote on 2 documents. One is the declaration of official intent, and the other is the proposed vote. I forwarded those to you guys today. I don't know if you have had a chance to read them. I know, Jim, you had, with regard to the declaration of official intent, I did reach out to Ginny Dufour at Bernstein Shore regarding number 7, the reimbursement period. And she said that doesn't have anything to do with the term of the bond. Our term is a 5-year repayment. What this reimbursement section is referring to is, let's say, let's say the paver wants to get started early, and Artie is doing some road work or starting to put culverts in. If the town, out of our general fund, expends money prior to receiving the bond itself, that they will reimburse us for that. Up to 3 years, yeah. So that's all that meant.
Good.
So if these documents are okay, I do need a vote on them.
Specific wording.
That's just the bonds itself.
I think that you're going to, I think the vote should be that you support and approve the declaration of official intent, and that that the board voted kind of following sections 1 through 7, that you make a motion to approve and are voting on 1 through 7 of the proposed vote. If that helps.
Do we have a motion?
Yeah, make a motion for the section of intent to propose 1 through 7 of the board.
Second.
There's a motion, there's a second. Any further questions? Hearing none, all in favor? All opposed? 5-0.
Thank you. And then I did have one more item. I had Vincent Nilo, he came in on Friday of last week and paid in cash the 2023 tax lien, and was hoping that you would authorize a municipal quitclaim deed to release the property back to him. He's still has the intent and is planning to make payments on his 24 tax lien and his 25 bills. But that 1 year that matured, he is asking us to release that matured lien with a municipal quitclaim deed. He's been in good standing prior to, so it's not like he's been a habitual.
But that one's the matured one. And
Yes,
he paid it in full.
right, he did, yeah. He lives in industry and he didn't get the notices. They came back as unclaimed, so, and, you know, we've always been taught that in the past, unclaimed is as good as a signature. They know they have a certified piece of mail and they chose not to get it. However, legal is now saying when that comes back, we should probably try to send it out by regular mail
Yeah.
so that they're aware. So he had no idea that he was that far behind. If you are agreeable, I would be looking for you to execute this municipal quitclaim deed to Vincent and Amanda Nyla for property located at 77 Main Street here in Anson.
So move.
So move.
Second? Any further discussion? All in favor? All opposed?
And that is all I had for my department head report.
Any questions?
I do. Remember the one that we had, did he file that paperwork with the state?
That is in the executive session.
Okay, all right. That makes sense now.
Thank you. Selectmen concerns?
Yeah, we got a great little community in town here. It just seems like there's an awful lot of animosity towards a lot of people. Say hello to people and you're not even acknowledged. It's just that, it's a little bit more harmony, I guess, and everybody would help along the way, especially what's transpired in our world nowadays. I don't know, that's the way I feel.
Yeah, sign of the times.
That's
Public session? Yes, sir.
Have you done any, I'm gonna word this correctly, like reviewing some of your hired help? I don't know what to call that, I had it on the tip of my tongue, I forgot. You know how somebody's in a job, what's the word I'm looking
We
for?
do it every year.
You do, have you done them this year?
We haven't finished yet. Have we done?
We've done some.
We did them last, was it December? We
Yeah.
did the department heads.
Yeah.
We usually do it before we.
Okay, how much goes into that? What, kind of research or anything like that, you just go in the executive session and have a chat and be done?
We have questions, we'll have to go through.
For our specific questions.
Okay.
And we generally we hear from Nancy or from others, sometimes from the board, of the complaints and the stuff, and on specific people,
Yeah.
those questions are asked. and-
Curious if attendance has anything to do with it, or
Yep.
just checking.
Tough times.
So how does somebody complain?
Excuse me?
Who do we complain to if you're a citizen?
To the board.
To the board, or you can
Phone
write
number,
about
I
it
got
to
phone
Nancy,
numbers, I believe,
and then she gives them to us.
No, I just asked.
Yeah, no.
The
to
procedure,
board,
so
to the
people
board, to Nancy, if it's about Nancy, do it to the board, and,
Department
about
heads,
the other ones,
Yeah.
the department heads, yeah.
we can deals with that department, and they bring it to the board.
I just wanted to
No,
see.
no, that's fine, good question, actually, very good
You
question.
know, never heard much about it, it's just you go in there and it's over and that's it.
Like being on the grill plate.
We've had some interesting meetings. Anything else?
Yeah.
Sorry.
On paving bid, is Manson gonna have quality control? Is Manson going to have, like a 2-year guarantee that their pavement will fall apart?
That's his question.
That is up to the board, and he does have a retainer. I don't know if you call it a retainer. It's a certain percentage of what his bid is, and if he doesn't fulfill it, then the town can keep that.
With Pike, they have quality control of the plant, they have quality control of the job, and they guarantee their product for 2 years. Is Manson gonna do that?
We'll have to ask him.
You didn't ask him prior to?
What's that?
You didn't ask him prior to?
Well, he's a reputable contractor, Phil, so
Well, so's the Pike.
That's right.
I ain't saying they're not,
No,
but they both took a bid on it. They're both reputable contractors, and
That should have been one of the very first discussions right there. What kind of guarantee you gonna give us? And I'm not sticking up a pipe, I'm not,
well, all I got to say is kinda hard to give a guarantee on a road if you're only surfacing and putting a shim on and the road's already a piece of, to start with.
then how could Pike do it?
I would say, I'm not gonna speak for Pike.
Questions to be asked? Anything else? Number 8?
make a motion to go into executive session to discuss a confidential matter and record proceeding to 1 M5.